We interrupt your regular programming to bring you a very special, very important public service announcement from your Grand Canyon Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. As a disclaimer, the Grand Canyon Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence do not support or endorse any political candidate or political party. The information herein is strictly to encourage you to use your voice and vote. The information that will be presented today is mostly based around the state of Arizona, but resources will be available so that you can find out voting information in your state. Now, let's go back 4 years and see why voting is so important today.
2016 was an interesting year in the election process because, again, we had a president that was elected without the popular vote. And the reason for this is we utilized an electoral college. The electoral college in the United States has 538 votes, and that's divided amongst the states based on population. Now, in order to become president, you need 270 of those votes. In 2016, the Democratic Party received 227 votes, and the Republican Party received 304. If we start drilling down into those votes, there were 3 states that there was less than a 1% difference between the two parties, and that was Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. That's 46 electoral votes. There were 4 states that there was only a difference of 1 to 5% between the two parties, and that was Florida, Nebraska, Arizona, and North Carolina. That's 56 electoral votes. So if you total that, that's 102 electoral votes. Could have easily swung any election. I'm going to talk more about Arizona voting and because that's where I live and that's near and dear to me. There are currently 5,300,000 plus people who are eligible to vote in Arizona. If you look at the 2016 statistics, only 2.5 million of those people chose to vote. 1.8 million are non-registered individuals of voting age. 3.4 million are registered voters. Almost 900,000 are registered and chose not to vote. If you look at the difference in Arizona between the two parties of 2016, the Republican Party received 1.2 million votes. The Democratic Party received 1.1 million votes. 170,000 went to other parties, and 31,000 were write-ins. So the people that didn't vote, for whatever reason that they chose, made a difference in this election. And that is what I'm here to say, is your vote counts. You have the power, you have a purpose, and you have a voice. So utilize that voice in this election in 2020. Make your voice heard, make a difference for everybody. Thank you.
Sister Jareth here with all of the tea about these elections. So let's get into it. We have the primary election, which is coming up. You have to register by July 6, 2020 in order to vote in the primary election. The primary election will happen on August 4th, 2020. What is the primary election, you ask? Well, it is when the partisan candidates run on this ballot to represent their party for the general election. The ballots are party specific. Now, if you don't know this, in the state of Arizona, party specific ballots means that you have to be registered Democrat to get a Democratic primary ballot, or you have to be registered Republican to get a Republican primary ballot. If you are not registered as one of those two parties, you have to actually go and request a ballot of your choice, either Republican or Democrat, to vote in the primaries. So if you're registered Independent or Green Party or something like that, please make sure you check that out. If you are in the Maricopa County, you could request that from the Maricopa County Recorder's Office. Now, we also have the general election. The general election, of course, takes place in November. This year, it is November 3rd, 2020, and the registration deadline for that to be able to vote is October 5th, 2020. Now, the general election is when the winners of the primary election, plus judges, nonpartisan candidates, and propositions all appear on one giant ballot, and it is precinct specific. So please make sure you register to vote for that one as well. If you have any more questions about this, if you want to get any more information, you could go to maricopa.vote, which is where I got my cheat sheet, and check out the voter registration drive toolkit, which will give you more information about deadlines and dates and more information about what these elections look like. Ahora en español, tenemos dos elecciones en el año 2020, la primaria y la general. El día de la primaria es el 4 de agosto y la fecha límite de registro electoral es el 6 de julio, en como una semana o algo. Y la elección primaria es cuando los candidatos partidistas son incluidos en esta boleta para representar a su partido para las elecciones generales. Y las boletas son específicas del partido y los votantes que no eligieron partido político al momento de registrarse deben avisar al Departamento de Elecciones qué boleta de partido, de la boleta de partido que quieren recibir. Y consulte la página 5 en el sitio de web maricopa.voto en español para ver lo que puede hacer. También tenemos la elección general. Es el 3 de noviembre este año y la fecha límite de registro electoral es el 5 de octubre 2020. En esta elección tenemos los ganadores de las elecciones primarias, jueces, candidatos no partidos y proposiciones son los que aparecen en esta boleta electoral. Las boletas no son de un partido, son de... No son de un partido específico, más o menos. Y si necesitan más información, maricopa.voto en línea, el sitio de web. So let's also talk about who can vote. It's important to know your voting rights, if you have them, and what you need to know to be eligible to vote, to register to vote even. So if you're a U.S. citizen, and you're a resident of Arizona, then you may register to vote in the state of Arizona as long as you are 18 or older by the time the next general election comes up, which in this case is November 3rd, 2020. You may not register to vote if you have been convicted of a felony and are serving that felony time. However, if you have been convicted of a felony and are done serving that felony time more than once, you will have to check to make sure that you have the right to register to vote. In Arizona, it's a state-by-state basis, and in Arizona, it's not necessarily clear after your first felony what's going to happen. So please check on that. Now, en español. Se puede votar si usted es un ser ciudadano estadounidense y residente de Arizona, y si tiene edad de 18 por la fecha de la elección general. No puede votar si es condenado por un delito grave. Lo siento. And I think that's pretty much it. Now let's go ahead and turn it over to Opalese to give you more information on how to register to vote, where to register to vote, and all of that fun jazz.
Hi everyone, Sister Opalese here bringing you some important information. We've already heard the prior results now from 2016. We've learned about the deadlines for registering that we have coming up. Now it is time to learn how to register to vote. For Arizona residents, yes, you guys right here in Arizona, the easiest way is to go to servicearizona.com/voter registration. From there, it's a simple form that will walk you through getting registered to vote, and that way you can make sure that your voice is heard in the coming elections. For nationwide information on deadlines, election dates, and further information, visit rockthevote.com. They have great resources on there that will help you be able to figure out this information state by state, and that way you can make sure you are able to vote. The last website we want to throw out to you is going to be vote.gov. This is another website that will have information for deadlines, election dates, and how to register to vote on there. Please make sure that you get out and make your voice heard. Cast those votes. Brightest blessings and much love.
Y restrijo electoral en español. En el sitio de web servicearizona.com haga clic en el lenguaje español. Ingrese y verifique su información en los campos requeridos y puede seleccionar su preferencia de partido y continuar con todo de eso. O puede hacerlo por una forma que está en línea a la dirección tinyurl.com/azvota. Entonces, la forma está en tinyurl.com/AZB de vaca OTA. Y es todo.
Before we end our public service announcement, please stick around and listen to the rest of our Grand Canyon sisters as they also provide you advice. Please, from me, Sister Ivana Know You, get out and vote.
How are you feeling about our current administration? No matter how you're feeling about it, do something. Vote!
You may not be famous. You may not be a social media influencer with millions of followers. You may not have a stage, but you still have a voice. And the only time that you can ever lose that is when you don't use it. So I implore you, get out there and use your voice while you can. Otherwise, be prepared to sit down and shut up for the next 4 years. Go vote.
Sister Opalese, your naughty nun coming at you, telling you you need to vote. Make your voice heard. It's important that we go ahead and get ourselves out there and make our voices known of what we want and changing things for the better. So make sure you cast your votes in the coming elections. It's important to make sure you do. Much love from your naughty nun. Get naughty.
If you choose to abstain, you choose to have no voice.
Hello, this is Sister B. Sophia Chanel, or Sophie for short. Just remember, gotta go vote. Just remember to go vote.
Hi, my name is Sister Barry Delicious. I'm with the Grand Canyon Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. I would just like you to go out and exercise your right to vote. Hey everybody, my name is Sister Nabi Ho. I'm with the Grand Canyon Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and I'm here to remind you and encourage you to get out and vote. Your vote is very important. Your vote is needed. So please make sure you're registered. Please make sure you're ready to go when the voting happens. This also goes out to my Indigenous brothers and sisters all over the country. Please make sure you're ready to vote. Please make sure you're registered because we need our voices to be heard. I send you love and joy. You are beautiful. You are amazing. Keep up the great fight. Love you all. Bye.